Artist Production.
Everybody, praise the Lord, everybody. This is your boy Derek Huggins here with All Access Gospel.
Gospel.
That's right, Gospel.
You gotta say it like
Gospel. We just only put the EL on the end. Just, Gospel.
Gospel.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? This is your boy Derek Huggins. Thank you for tuning in one more again to All Access Gospel Indie Artist Corner. And I'm so very, very excited to have my special guest with me today. And this beautiful young lady goes by the name of Miss Loni Crawford. And she is from Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes, you know what? I live in Birmingham, but I'm from Detroit.
Oh
yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, look.
It's a story, no.
See, this is the perfect storm and the perfect setup, because that's okay. We're gonna get into that in a minute. I need to do my first things first. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. You are tuned in live to All Access Gospel. All Access Gospel's Indie Artist Corner, and we're here with our girl Loni Crawford. Listen, from Birmingham, Alabama, by way of Detroit, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into this, everybody, yes, indeed. We need you guys to go over to allaccessgospel.com. I need you guys to go over there and sign up to be a part of our email mailing list so that you can be the first to know when we are doing something wonderful and you want to be in on that. All right. And then make sure you go over to our social media pages. We're on Instagram and Twitter at AAGospel. I need you to go follow us over there right now. That's a little bit more urgent than right now. Right now.
Right now, not now, but right now.
Right now, okay? At AAGospel. And then I need you to do one more thing for me. I need you to go over to YouTube and go to our All Access Gospel channel. I need you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when we go live and when we have premieres and things of that sort, you will be the first to know what is happening at All Access Gospel. Now, for the woman of the hour. The woman of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, her name is Loni Crawford, and she just got me together by letting me know.
Look,
she lives in Birmingham, but she's from Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one time for my special guest, Miss Loni Crawford. Loni!
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Listen, I wanted to go ahead and get down into a lot of the nitty gritty, but before we do that, since you are from Detroit, the Big D, I have to ask you this question.
I already know. I already
know what it is. What do you think about the Clark Sisters movie?
You know what? Being that I was taught under Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. I did go to her conservatory school where I did see Dorinda Clark and Karen Clark were all there. So first of all, the actress Ajane looked so much like her that it was almost, it was just like, wait a minute. And then her mannerisms, she needs to get an Oscar nomination. She really did an awesome job. And they really portrayed what their sisterhood was about. And I thought it was well done. It was very well done, represented Detroit well. Very proud of them. And I'm so glad we could give them their flowers while they all could smell them. You know, they all had a part of it. And it was just such a blessing to see Kiki to portray her mother. I know that had to be just so surreal just to see that, just to come to life. But yeah, I was so proud of Detroit. Yes.
Definitely. Shout out to the Clark sisters. We love them all. I love all the Clark sisters, including Denise Crawford.
Yes.
Thank God for her, because of course she was instrumental. She was a part of all
very
those
much
that they had. And listen, Anjanou Ellis became Dr. Maddie Moss Clark.
She did.
And to your point, when I was a small boy, I remember a couple of workshops Dr. Clark did, and being at the national UNAC conventions. UNAC was the name, but just to see her mannerisms, as you said, just things she would say.
Oh yeah,
tell them she got that right. You know,
she got that right.
Those kinds of things. Those things you just she just perfectly embodied it. I really hope, and all of those actresses,
all of them. Oh my
Shalea Frazier, Angela Burchett, Kara Sheard, Raven Goodwin, all of you guys did such a wonderful job. Shout out to Dr. Heidi Carter. Shout out to all of the executive producers and Donald Lawrence for that wonderful music preparation. It was just great. And I want to congratulate them on 2.7 million viewers. Was the top viewed movie of all 2020, cable and broadcast.
Awesome.
It was the top Lifetime movie since 2016 and the top 3 of all time on Lifetime. That is phenomenal.
That's phenomenal. And what I loved about it is it kind of took us away from Corona for a while. I mean, we just kind of, I was just, I didn't have to, because, our timelines are filled with Corona. And about the coronavirus. It just took us in the moment where we just appreciate good quality music,
Yes, absolutely. And to your point, for a lot of us, it was so nostalgic because it took us back. And, I grew up Baptist and Church of God in Christ at the same time, because on my mom's side of the family was Baptist and my dad's side of the family was Church of God in Christ. And my Aunt Sam used to take us to coaching church. So, of course, I've known about the Clark sisters for years and had the opportunity to work with Twinkie Clark. Like in the late 2000s, I did her fan club, Watch Out Twink. We did that for a few years. And so I was able to be intimately close to the family, and I just love them all, and especially Twinkie. For me, Twinkie, she's the architect. Right?
I agree.
There would literally be the Clark sisters we know today would not exist without her. And so, of course, we could give homage to Dr. Clark for getting them going, but Twinkie just took over and just went to the next level. So shout out to them. Okay. I had to just get out my Clark sisters. Anybody that knows me, I'm a superb Clark sisters fan. I'm talking about going back to some of that old stuff that a lot of y'all don't remember. Some of that old stuff, them Sincerely albums and all the way back. But anyway, I'll leave that alone. Even Dr. Mattie Moss Clark, Climbing Up the Mountain. Yeah. Anyway, all right, but we're here today to talk about Miss Loni, and I want to give a quick programming note before we get started. Tomorrow, you guys, I want you to join me as I interview Dexter Walker of Dexter Walker and Zion Movement, phenomenal choir out of Chicago, Illinois. So he'll be on with us tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have our girl Robin McGee releasing her new single, Thankful. So definitely want to tune in for that. But now it's this queen's time, Miss Loni. So Miss Loni, tell the people how you got started singing. How did you get started in the industry? What has this journey been like for you? Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm a PK. If anyone, that's a preacher's kid. So I grew up in the church. So that's why I could relate a lot with the Clark sisters, with that part of with church and ministry and things of that matter. I grew up Baptist, but I did my first solo at 3, and actually I'm the first of 4 children with my mom and my dad. And my mother said I sang everything. Like, it was just, she turned on music and I was singing. And she, for a while, thought something was kind of wrong with me, just for a little bit. Because she was like, when is she going to talk? So I was singing everything, like mommy, daddy, everything was a melody to me. So she knew that there was a gift. So I'm so happy that my mother and my father just instilled in me to, my first time I got up, I sang Precious Lord. And if you know, like, Baptist background, you've got the motherboard, you got the deacons, and they are hollering. They're hollering to tell you to keep on, but I didn't know. I would cry probably by the middle part of the song. Take it out. Because I was only 3. I'm thinking, why are you shouting at me?
Right.
But I started in the church, just serving. That's one thing I love about my parents. They had us serving. We were in Sunday school. We were in a Bible class, pretty much we were there all the time. So that's where my humble beginnings started. And I sang with my brother and my sisters. We had a group called the Batiste years ago. So I've done some singing there in just around the metropolitan Detroit area.
Yes.
And fast forward to now, I've been a wife and a mother of our 3 beautiful children. So, but music never left my life. It's always been and writing, and I'm writing like crazy now, especially now being like quarantined in. I'm like, Lord, speak to me, So it's like when we come out of this, I expect to have some music downloaded, something, I speak to other artists about that, other friends that are musicians, the same thing. During this time, God is speaking. So excited about that. But to fast forward, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Trust me, just in God's timing with things to happen. And it's just that time. And just put a new single out last year. And it took a lot of, my husband is my biggest cheerleader just to encourage me. Yeah. So that's where I'm at now.
Well, this is amazing. And, we got acquainted obviously through Instagram. And so I wanted to talk to you about your music that's currently out. Talk about that. Did you write it or did someone else write it? How did that all come to be?
Yes. Both songs, Your Grace, I wrote that one. And the recent Put It Across, I co-wrote that with my producer, G.K. John. Awesome man of God. Awesome man of God. But both of them were written, Your Grace was written out of pain. Wow. We had gone through, it's always a backstory to a song. Your Grace really came about, we went through a church split. And we were a part of a church. We weren't the ministers of the church, but when you do a church split, it's almost like a divorce because the tearing or ripping away, and you have people that you're friends with, people are going this way, you're trying to figure out what's going on. And so, and then my husband worked for the government at the time, and there was a major shutdown. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just too much, hitting us. And I just need to get back to God's grace. I was like, God, you are not going to just leave us here hanging. And so while I was rocking my daughter, the words start coming about your grace. And I started to sing the cross and seeing the sacrifice. And I was like, hey, he got this. This is all taken care of. And everything was taken care of. But out of it was birth from pain, just crying and out to God and just trusting him. And Put It Across, I co-wrote with my producer. And that one was just basically, it's something about the blood of Jesus. I am so fascinated by the cross because that's our liberty. That's where we were set free. And I just continue to think about the movie Passion of Christ. Shout out to, that was like, I really don't have to watch that movie a lot because I think it's just stayed in my heart of the scenes and things like that. But I kept seeing the cross and I kept seeing love dripping down. It was the word love down. And I was at the foot of the cross and I was like, whatever was said at the foot of the cross was eradicated. You could put depression there. You could put oppression there. You could put rejection, suicide. It was like gone. The blood took care of it. So that's where Foot of the Cross came from. That blood is just, that's what we call it on now.
Blood come on, the cross. Woo! I feel like Brian Carn, Prophet Brian Carn. I felt a zap. Well, that is great, and I'm so glad to, just again to have you share with us. And by the way, those that are watching, I want to make sure that you guys know all of our Indie Artist Corner artists are featured in our Spotify playlist, Indie Artist Corner playlist on Spotify. Just look it up, Indie Artist Corner, All Access Gospel, and Miss Loni Crawford there. And so, along with all of these other wonderful artists that have come before her. And so, once you make sure that you check that out, go and like our page over there on Spotify as well. All right, so Loni, you talked about Mother Rona.
Oh yeah, she a mother now. I thought she was auntie. She mother. Lord, you can't be promoting her now. She gotta get.
Listen, Mother Rona is promoting herself. You understand? So, but one thing I wanted to get to you about, I know you kind of alluded to it earlier, is what do you recommend to other indies while we're in this kind of downtime? Because no one's traveling right now. Not even the major artists. Right. Everything's been canceled, postponed, put on hold. So how do you survive it? You personally?
Yeah, me personally, what I've been doing is much prayer, a lot of prayer. That's what everything, it has to start with prayer. That keeps your sanity. Yeah. Even having to turn off the TV, the media. I'm to the point now, I'm very selective about what I listen to, and because too much of that, it just gets in your spirit. I'm learning how to I have my journal right here. It's right here. Keep it right here near. God is talking right now. I believe strongly that it's a reset. I don't really want us to go back to normal.
Okay,
I think.
Hold up.
What's
you
up?
said the magic word, because seriously, when all of this first came about, the first thing that the Holy Spirit spoke to me was a reset.
Yes.
And that it was a global reset.
Yes.
And like he was like, look, okay, watch this. I'm gonna shut the whole thing down. I'm shutting down governments, schools, colleges, concerts, professional sports, everything. Yeah. And so I just thought that was so key that you said that. I'm sorry, but please continue. That struck me.
That's what Holy Spirit told me. He said, I'm resetting the families. I'm resetting your marriages. I'm resetting your children. He's putting it back to, I always think of it like back to the manufacturing, how he made us. He wants marriages to look like how he wants it to look. He wants our families and our finances, our businesses. I believe there are going to be businesses even birthed out of this. That's where a lot of businesses are birthed out of, situations that when things like this happen, entrepreneurship comes up. So a lot of things that we don't even know that's in us as creatives, especially creatives, will come out. I mean, there's things I didn't know that I'm doing now, and I'm like, oh. But now I have time to sit down and be still, and we're not ripping and running with the kids, and we're sitting down and having dinner across and looking at each other's eyeballs, and we're having conversations. We're taking our time. So reset, I agree with you. That was in my spirit, the reset. That's for all of us, just everybody.
I love it. I love that. I want to talk about really quickly, like what do you think some of the challenges are about gospel music? I had Gerard on just a few minutes ago, as you saw. So I saw you were on when I was talking to him. And one of the things is, I love talking to different people. Everybody's got different perspectives on things. My personal perspective is, I think as an indie artist, as much as you can, you want to put out good quality music, but you definitely want to, because here's the thing, from me.
Okay.
It's hard already for indies to get exposure. And I think the way that you do that is by ramping it up, by continuously putting out music. And by the way, we got a big assist in the industry from things like Spotify and Apple Music, because what it did was it changed the game from, remember, it used to be in the old days, you put out a single, they'll spin for 6 months, and then you'll put out the regular record, the whole record. Well, now it's literally like it's just singles, mostly.
Yeah.
So, like I was telling him, I was talking to an executive at Spotify. He was saying, well, look, encourage your artists to put out singles constantly. He said, because even though the new listener may not have heard the first song, if they heard the third song and they like it, they'll go back and listen to the other music, right? And so I want to know what your advice is to indie artists. What do you recommend?
I agree with you, because I heard you say that yesterday. I think you had spoke with the young lady yesterday that you were interviewing. Yes, great interview. I agree with that, because at first I was like, because financially, I mean, I'm just going to be real. It costs money. If you want to put out good quality, I'm not one, when I represent God, I want to do it with the spirit of excellence. If I can't do it, then if I got to do one at a time, I'll do one at a time, rather than throw something together and it sound like I did it in a hole somewhere and it just doesn't sound good. Don't represent God like that. So if you have to do one good quality one and then drop them a little bit at a time, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, that's what I financially can do right now, and it's helping me. My producer actually told me recently, because I'm working on one remixing and he's remixing and mastering it for me, and he said we got to keep the momentum going. Just we're gonna put another one out. I'm like, okay, but like Grace, I did last year. And I'm starting to get stuff back from it, residuals from it this year coming around. I didn't wait to put out another single. I just said, let's put it out, put them out. and I'm starting to get stuff. They listen to Foot of the Cross, then they go back and listen to Real Grace. So I agree with you in regards to that, to keep on pushing, keep putting out good quality. Allow God to put your team together, because the people that God placed in my life, my creative team, everything, God brought these people to me, and they were right in my face, some of them, you know, and their gifts are starting to sprout out. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. He's put my team strategically together, and that was a blessing. And that's who you want to make sure you have in your camp, people that have the right heart for God's music. You don't want somebody that's out just like, we're trying to get money, I'm not in there for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really, when I write and when God gives it to me, I want God to breathe over it. So when somebody is listening to it, that if they're in a suicidal position, or if they're in a spot where they feel like I'm at the wit's end, I want burden removing, yoke destroying power, God, to come in on the spot. That's what I'm asking for. So every song that we're putting out, from the musician to the drummer to the keyboard, whoever, we want it to be God-breathed music. Don't just throw anything out. We represent the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and we can put out as indie artists, we can put out good quality music. You know, right. I mean, you guys have we appreciate this platform that you have to allow us to be able to have, because we don't get recognized a lot. You have so many other major players that a lot of times there's some good, solid, independent artists that have had me on my face, and they don't get the notoriety because they don't have all the backing behind them. But because of platforms like this, this allows them to be able to get out there. So kudos to you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Well, as the good pastor Jimmy Henson always says, it's all about God, though. All about God. And I mean that. It really is about God. He really is the one that inspired me to do all of these platforms I have. The Kid Gospel Music and Ministry Awards. We're going in our 5th year this year in September. To All Access Gospel. All of my platforms that I do is, and don't get me wrong, All Access Gospel will also cater and service major artists as well.
Yes.
But this is why I wanted to carve out this special place called Indie Artist Corner to shine the light on all of you guys that are, just like you said, tons of y'all out there, all across the country that need a platform. And this is why I always talk to artists and tell them, if a platform like ours supports you, then support us.
That's true.
Hey, if we do a fundraising drive, do what you can to say, hey, we want to support this because we need this to keep going, right? We want this to build. And because here's the thing, when we get the backing of our artist base financially and promotionally, right? What does that do? It makes the platform large so that the next time we bring you on,
there you go. Hello.
Come on, people, get the vision. The Bible says, write the vision. Come with me. And so anyway, I appreciate the acknowledgement. And it really is a labor of love for me. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of time to do this. Because it's not just these interviews. Because once we're done, like with this one, I'm going to edit it and we're going to rebroadcast it. You know, that takes time. That takes resources, the software that's used, and you know, all of that. The graphics, I do all of that by myself.
Oh, wow!
To make it all work, and I'm not complaining at all because it's what I love to do, and I believe ultimately that the Lord will allow it to go forth and flourish and do what it needs to do. But my point is to say this. And I say this to you, I say this to other creatives, artists, whatever you are. When you start something, here's the real thing that gives honor to God. What gives honor to God is when you're having the hard season, your ability to remain consistent and intentional.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good word. Why? Good. Because God is an intentional God.
Yes,
right?
He is.
He does everything with purpose. And that's how we should be. And here's the thing. Yeah, it gets hard a lot of times. You know it.
I know.
I know it. Trust me. Yeah. It gets hard. But it honors God when we remain consistent. Because what it says to God is that, hey, my motive is pure. But trust me, you have to have pure motives to do gospel music.
yes. Supposed to.
Listen, especially as an indie, because as you know, most of it's funded it's all on us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Right. And
is.
so anyway, I just think that it honors God, and I just wanted to thank you for what you do as well, because all of you all have a great voice that contributes to the overall spreading of the gospel. So I wanted to just point that out. I wanted to ask you really quickly too, what advice would you give? I know, aside from, we know on the spiritual side, prayer and those things, how do you, what advice would you give for an artist to prepare for a life as a gospel artist? I'm talking about just purely on the industry side of things.
I would have to, I think it was Gerard that was on earlier that mentioned, learn the business. Yeah. Let's start there. Preparation time is never lost time. Preparing for the next season in your life. Even if it's in a down spot, you think, oh, I'm not doing it right. Go and get a vocal coach. Do what you need to do. Get a mentor. Those are things that you can do to prepare to get to the next level. Get in shape, by God. I mean, because right now I need a mask just to stop eating. Don't go to the refrigerator, ma'am. You're not
Lusa, let her go.
Rock the refrigerator, please. No. Get in shape. Because if you are called to go out to minister and you have to do multiple songs, you need to have good air support. I mean, it's things like that we don't think of. But if you're winded by the third song, we got to work on some stuff. So prepare yourself at home, those things, and do the concerts at home. Practice in front of your family. Get on Zoom and do a concert. Whatever it is with your family. Practice those skills. You get your skills set up. Those are some things you can do that are practical that you can still, so you never have any down. There should never be any downtime with a creative. God always has to be doing something, something, even when we're sitting still, we're doing something. God's doing something. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I think that's great advice. And, again, shout out to you for putting that into action and, really giving a voice to others. Because sometimes you don't know, a lot of people are watching you. And a lot of times let's talk about haters, and we do have them. We all have them. But sometimes there are a lot of people out there that's rooting for you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're wanting you to make it, and frankly, they're basing whether they're gonna take the leap based off of how well you do. So I say keep going, keep moving forward, and I appreciate that that word of advice. Tell me this. How do you think the industry will be after Corona? And let me kind of be a little bit more specific.
Okay.
So, these artists, some of the more well-known ones, charge some of them are ridiculously high. And the reason I say ridiculously high, it's not saying that I don't think they should be compensated. I think what I'm looking at is the dynamics are different for gospel music because most of these people that are going to bring you are churches or religious organizations, and the funding is not as great as it would be for a secular corporation, right? Yeah. So how do you think this has been like a reset there too? Because now, look, all these artists been out here on Instagram. I see all of them out here doing free concerts, playing free stuff. So do you think that will change, or do you think that will just go back to the same?
I'm hoping that we don't go back to the same. I mean, I hope it's a reset. Not saying that it all was broke. I'm not saying it was all broke, but I think this is very humbling. I think if we take it and learn from it and say, do we really need all what we're asking for? And I realize, well, that's their job, that's their career. So I'm not. If you're a drummer, hey, that's what you deserve to get paid what you're offering. Sure. But can we evaluate some things? We really don't need all of that. I think I would love for us to go back, not back to where we were, but just to tweak some things. I would hope it does. I hope it's very humbling, and that we give more free concerts to people, because just think about it. Most of us came from tamarines, clapping your hands. We can do that. You may not have all the best sound system. I'm like right now doing different things in my home because I love to worship. So I turn on Facebook or Instagram and I'm gonna sing a worship song, because if I'm a worshiper, no matter if you call me out to do it or it's just two people watching, I'm gonna do it regardless. Yeah. Period. Because I'm doing it for the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. So that's what I'm saying. I hope it doesn't go back to what we used. I hope it's tweaked, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna read this comment here from Sherry Gladney. She says it's leveled the playing field in many areas now.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, it's really true. Like, for example, and not to do a shameless plug, but I kind of have to. Manage an artist named Robin McGee, and she has a single coming out Friday. Well, the cool thing is, because in this environment, a lot of people aren't, releasing music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's going to be advantageous to her.
You really will.
And this is going to sound kind of crash, but just kind of go with me on it. I remember when President Obama first got into office, his chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel, said something really profound. It stuck with me ever since. Okay. He said, "You never want to let a good crisis go to waste."
Ooh, that makes sense.
Now, in crass political terms, I was like, dang, that sounds kind of cold. But when I thought about it some more, I was like, that's true. So here's the thing. I told Robin, I said, hey, we're going to leverage this quarantine. Mm-hmm. Everybody's at home.
Yep.
Everybody's looking for new stuff to consume. They're looking for new music. They're looking for new movies on Netflix. So why not give them music?
Give it to them. Yep. Give it to them. Hey, take advantage. I agree totally.
Take advantage. Let's go for it. So, I'm glad to get your input there. And so we don't want to let the crisis go to waste. But watch this. Even if you're not releasing music, if you're creative, like you said something very powerful. You're writing like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My thing is, God told me 3 years ago, he said, prepare the way of the Lord. He had been saying it to me over and over again for 3 years. And I'm like, what? Okay, God, what does that mean though? What is that? Why do you keep saying this to me? And now he told me it was because of this time was coming. He said that this is a preparatory period. And for those who will take it, not complain, not grumble about it, but use it effectively. And I believe that, Loni. I believe that on the other side of this epidemic, this pandemic, those of us who have been writing, who have been structuring, who have been reassessing, who have been recalibrating, come on, those of us that have been putting in the work.
The work. Yep.
On the other side of this thing is going to be glory for real. And so, yeah. So so tell me this, how do you balance? I know you're a wife and you're a mother as well as an artist. Mm-hmm. Tell me what that is like. How do you do all of that?
You know what? I heard something that David Mann said that really stuck to me. David Tamela Mann. He said he doesn't balance Tamela with his career and everything, because that means you're giving it equal weight. And I was like, yes. So to be honest, my marriage, God, personal relationship with God, my marriage, my children, family, that's over here. Then we get to my ministry. So I know where there's a place to place it. It does not come before my family. I'm gonna tell you that right. And that's just using the wisdom of God. And my husband's my manager. And like if something's engagement is offered, we have a family calendar, because we have we have a high school, a middle schooler, and an elementary.
Oh, wow.
3 different schools.
You done crossed the whole gambit. Y'all all over education.
Okay. all across the board. So, I mean, that's the foundation. If that ain't tight, nothing else is tight. And so that's it's at this time that I believe God has moved where I'm able to step out and do my ministry now. My children are of age. Not saying that you can't do it when you have little small children, but at the time they're up in age, they're older now, and they're anatomists. I think I'm saying that right. Lord Jesus, I probably messed it up. My husband says it much better than me. But they can operate and function by themselves, doing different things. So it helps a lot. But we do things as a family. And that's what I mean, and a lot of prayer. So, and there's sometimes I've had to say no. It sound good. The money might have looked good and all this, but no, that's just my husband. We're following peace. So that's what we do. And that's what's helped us. We'll be married 19 years this so praise God. So keeping God first.
Right. Well, that's a powerful thing, and I'm so glad to have just good, solid people. This is one of the things I love. See, this is why you guys need to keep watching us over here at AAGospel Indie Artist Corner. See, we got good, solid people, the good Christian, solid folk that believe in their families and their children and their husbands and their wives and their churches and their ministries, and they like to cook and eat like me, praise God.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk about no cooking. I told you I need a mask for my
Woman of God, look, I'm from the South. We eat, okay? And you live in the South too. So let's not play these games.
Oh my goodness. Yes, it's
different. Down in Alabama. And I'm in Texas.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. We keep down here.
So Sherry Gladney says also, she says, what's crisis for one person is opportunity for another. And Sherry, that is so powerful. And let me say this, the late Bishop Cardell D. Booker used to tell us all the time. He said, your response has to be favorable.
Ooh.
And what he meant was that oftentimes the test is not for God to see anything. I know we say that, but we say that erroneously. Because God don't have to see what we're going to do. He already knows what we're going to do. The test is for you. Right? It's multifaceted. It's to not only show you where you are or not, but it's also designed to sharpen, as you said this earlier, times of crisis, it pulls stuff out of us. Right?
Yeah.
It shows you what you can achieve.
Yeah.
Right? And it forces it really. And so I wanted to say, as I wrap up this interview with you, that I think it's important that we respond favorably in the midst of coronavirus. People say, well, how can you laugh? And it's so devastating. And I said, because I choose to see this as an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
And God has continued to take care of me and as a self-employed person throughout this crisis. I don't go to bed worried about how I'm going to pay for nothing. I really don't. And I'm not trying to be deep. I'm just serious. This is what I do every day, Loni. Wow. I get up every morning. I pray. I thank God for being here. I thank God that the virus didn't hit me or my family. And then I ask God for instructions. Okay, what do we need to do today? And then I go hard all day.
Yeah.
I do these interviews. In between, I'm working on websites. I do website design. I have a credit repair company called Avidity Consulting Services. You need some good credit repair work, people of God, I got you. Come on here. So I am always working. Some will say, oh, you do a lot, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, it's the survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
And so I can sit around holding my hand, being afraid, being scared to go and do this. No. I trust God. He's my source.
Yes.
All of my talents, my creative abilities, all of that is a resource.
It is.
But he's my source. And so when I'm faced with a need, and oftentimes I am, I give it to God. And there's something to be said. The scripture says, cast your care upon him, for he careth for you.
That's it. That's word.
And Jesus told the disciples, he said, listen, if he'll take care of the fowl of the air, who don't even pay reverence to God, what more will he do for us?
That's true. That's true. What more?
So here's my thing. Go ahead.
We have to live what we sing about. We have to live what we talk about. Because we say it's easily said, but when you're in the thick of it, you find out what really comes out of you when you're squeezed. Does the word come out of you, or does doubt and fear? Because right now, I'm telling you, fear is just like trying to run rapid over us. And we say, you know what? I choose to trust in the word. Psalms 91, what does it say? You know, you need
that dwelleth. Yeah.
Come on now. He said a plague now, and this is what it is. Come on. You have got to live this. And I agree with you totally. I sleep well at I sleep well, and I'm praying for those who have lost. I'm not making light of it because I know some people have lost jobs and things like that. But even in the midst of this, God is going to provide for you. He will provide for you. And people need to know that. Yeah.
That's great stuff. And I think that's a great way to end here. Before we get out of here, Loni, I want you to tell the people again how they can follow you on social media.
Yes, you can follow me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Loni Crawford. I'm also on YouTube. I do car worship on YouTube. I do that, do some songs with my daughter, and I do some cover songs. So you can find me on my YouTube channel, as well as my lyric videos are on my YouTube channel, and that's at Loni Crawford as well.
All right.
And my website is IamSimplyLoni.com. If you need to book me for anything, once we get out of this Rona, you said Mother Rona. I was gonna call it grandmother, but you know,
But see, Mother Rona not sanctified.
No.
You ain't saved.
Grandma is sanctified, so we ain't gonna do grandma. Grandma don't play. Grandma. Yeah. So we gonna do Mother Rona.
Well, listen, it was truly, truly, truly a pleasure. I want to let you know it was a pleasure speaking with you. I love your spirit. You have such a refreshing and effervescent spirit, and I think that's going to serve you well as you continue to go forward in your career. Wish you all the best. You're welcome here anytime. And so we just thank you again for being on. Listen, everybody out there, I want you to make sure you go get Loni's music. Please go over to all digital outlets, download it, stream it for her. Listen, don't burn it. If you burn, you're going to burn somewhere else. Come on, somebody.
Don't you do it.
Burn her music. In 7 days, your breath going to stink. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. But please make sure you go support her, book her, because you know she got children. Y'all heard what she said. She got a high schooler, she got a middle schooler, and she got a little elementary schooler. She all over the school system. She all over the district, everywhere, running to and fro.
Yes, fruitfully multiplied. Yes.
You got to feed her chillins. So y'all book her and bring her in. And Loni, we definitely look forward to seeing some great things from you. Also, I want to remind everybody, don't forget to go over to our website, www.allaccessgospel.com, and go find us on Twitter and Instagram. Now, somebody asked me the other day, say, man of God, do people still use Twitter? I say, yeah.
Yes, you can tweet.
The saints are still using Twitter. Now, the devil can use Twitter, then why can't God use Twitter?
Oh, preach now.
So if you're on Twitter, go over there, follow us at AAGospel, and the same for Instagram, and go to our YouTube channel, All Access YouTube channel. And I need you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when we come on, you'll be the first to know. How about that? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's Indie Artist Corner with my very special guest, Miss Loni Crawford, Birmingham, Alabama, by way of Detroit. You know, she had to let me know that, y'all. She had to get me together on it. But it's all good. I'm here for it. So thank you again, Loni. Have a wonderful day. Listen, keep doing great things for the Lord, and I believe He's going to bless you. He's just gonna make the past great for you. So I look forward to seeing that. Amen. All right, everybody. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Until next time, we'll be on tomorrow. Remember, with Dexter Walker of Dexter Walker Zion Movement of Chicago, Illinois. Until then, y'all be blessed. Have a good day. God bless y'all.